Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Bastania Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man.
Good man. Go for a classic DP three-way.
That's right. Exactly. All right. So today we are talking about the OM Cigar Essential Blend #1 Torpedo. Cigar 6-inch by 52 comes out of the Tabacalera El Artista factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Dominican Habano Volta Arriba. Binder is Dominican Piloto Cubano. Filler is Dominican Criollo 98, Nicaraguan Esteli, and Pennsylvania. It is blended by Osvaldo Morales. Price point is $12, and the cigar was released in December of 2019. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
Love me a Goldfoot band, man. Love me a Goldfoot band.
Mm.
Really, listen, the first thing I noticed was the cigar was incredibly oily. I mean, it was dark, it was Maduro, it was like an espresso bean. It was intense. So first third was just, really earthy, got some coffee qualities. There's this cocoa profile, like a malted milk ball. They're Whoppers, but my daughter calls them Whoopers. I'm like, I feel like I'm smoking Whoopers. And then I'm like Whoppers. Medium strength and body. Second, third delivers that coffee, tobacco, cocoa powder, soft pepper and earth. That just kind of continues throughout. Burn was okay. My draw was really not great throughout. It was a problem. Which just, yeah. Actually, wait a minute. Why do I have perfect? That's not mine. That's your notes. Draw was somewhat loose. I was like, why did I write draw was perfect and then I gave it an average? So,
Yeah.
nope. All right, John, you're up.
Yeah, same what Seth said, but we call them Maltesers. So yeah, it was like that like sort of that dank, really earthy, but like that sweet earthy profile. So like as soon as I started puffing, I'm like, oh, okay, we're going for like that sort of really dank, earthy, dark profile, and that can be really good. And it was really interesting. It was actually quite restrained in the first third. I thought like it wasn't super aggressive. It had some vegetal components, it had some creaminess, it had some mild wood that managed to push into the profile. But as it kind of carried on, I felt like the profile kind of fell apart. The second third started out promising with vegetal notes, creaminess, spices, but it just became sort of more earthy, and then by the last third, I'm not sure. Well, I'll talk about it later, but I think the burn issues I had kind of impacted the flavor profile because the last third for me had like some acrid notes and some bitterness, and it was just really off-putting. And as I kind of alluded to, major issues with the burning on this went out halfway into the first third, which was very unsurprising. Then went out again in the end of the first third, and then kind of a wavy burn to the rest of the cigar, which like the whole time I'm thinking, is it going to go out again? Um, but the draw was perfect. So I don't know. El Artista makes some really, really well constructed cigars. So I don't know what happened here, but this was like kind of a slightly below average experience for me, a little off putting. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar, bold black pepper, and light creaminess. Got some earth that joined in the second half of the third. Second third saw the creaminess depart and the earth increased, and then the final third saw the black pepper become pretty mellow. I thought the cigar had an average flavor profile throughout, kind of focused around that toasted cedar, black pepper, and earth. Stop me if you heard this before, but the burn was a bit of a detractor, as it required multiple touch-ups and a relight. Um, I don't know if the tobacco is just really oily, really thick, whatever it is, because it has to do. It's I had a perfect draw as well, John. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like, it's not like it's the cigar's plugged and it can't get the
Yeah.
oxygen it needs to burn or something like that. It's just I think that maybe just the combination of tobaccos is what it was. So
And if it went out in the second third, I would commonly look back and say like, what's my smoking pace? But like for it to go out halfway into the first third, I'm like, that can't possibly be a smoking pace issue. Like it's got to be a tobacco issue. Like it's
yeah,
just too heavy, or
yeah.
I don't know, too wet.
So, this is my first experience with the brand. So, I don't know that I see coming back to this specific blend, but there's others out there. So I'm gonna give them a shot and see what see what they can do. So kind of get a feel for everything that's in the book, I guess. All right, getting into the scores. John and I both gave it a 5.35, and Seth gave it a 5.1. So, John, how'd that 5.35 match up for you?
It matches up well. I think if the burn would have been good, I mean, it's hard to say, but I feel like if the burn would have been good, the flavor profile would have elevated. So, those two things kind of go hand in hand. I think if that was the case, it'd probably be in the 5.85s, but both the burn and the flavor profile being below average, 5.35 matches up quite well.
Yeah, same for me. And for me, the burn, I knew the burn was gonna be a problem kind of pretty much from the start. As soon as I lit the cigar, it was already getting off kilter, and I'm like, did I just not light it correctly? So I kind of go back to it and just get it all lined up,
First
right?
time?
And then it keeps going again. And it's like it was, yeah, it just wasn't good. But you got to think that it has a problem, causes a problem with the flavor. But I just don't. I think it was just a failure of the combination of tobaccos. I don't know. It could be much more than that. So just I think maybe good intentions, just it doesn't work out, when it's physically done. So, all right, Seth, 5.1. You put your mic down. There you
So
go.
it's on mute. I mean, there was parts of the cigar where it looked like it wanted to show some promise. And at the same time, it smoked too reserved. And then, the fact that it's a 2019 release, I kind of even made this thing. It smokes like it's a really outdated blend. It just doesn't smoke that modern anymore. It's just really not that offensive, I guess, to it. So, but yeah, so it's a little disappointing in that sense.
All right. Any final thoughts on this from you guys?
As you said, it's not a blend I think I would return to, but I'd like to see the other offerings he's got and see if a different tobacco blend performs better.
Yeah, I mean, fairly heavy on the Mexican Sanders wrappers, but the different blends obviously below it, so I have to kind of see how that kind of shakes out. But all tobacco El Artista stuff, and we've liked a lot of stuff out of there. So I think that there's going to be something.
Tobacco. Ram's got really good tobacco, so
absolutely. Yeah. All right, so wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. You'll follow us on all the social media channels and catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.
Essential Blend.